Good afternoon, everybody. How are y'all doing? Hope that you had a wonderful night and that your work day is going good. Welcome back to Project Wonderland. And what I am doing now is responding to some emails. Some folks wanted to have close-ups and to talk a little bit more about my board and this chain game that I'm about to show you more on. Not more on, you get it, but show you more of. For those of you who've been paying attention, you probably noticed that there's now wires here, that it is officially wired up and done. Now, there are some things like here that I want to straighten out, do a different type of cleaner wiring. But the lava cable system has been really good to me, and I use this primarily, and it never failed me. Now, I would have been done yesterday, but some idiot wired it backwards. Yep, that's right. I don't know what I was thinking, but I wired my top 4 to here, and I did it backwards in my signal chain. Signal from guitar goes from right to left. This went from left to right, like all pedals, looping pedals do, but that caused me to wire it backwards. But it is done, and I just have to finish testing it out and then get on to the other thing I'm doing here, which is program the chain gain. Now, the chain gain works on a dip switch system. You'll see that those dip switches have according to numbers, and I plug pedals into channels associated with these 1, 2, 3, 4. So here would be my POG, there would be 2, 3, and then yada yada. Now, I didn't put everything in my chain gain because I could have, because I do things a little differently. These are all toppings, these last things. I throw these on at random, throughout solos and everything all the time, and even those now and again. But they are in here in channels 9. I have 6 pedals programmed into the chain gain. What I am doing with 5, 6, 7, and 8 is I'm using them to program my bass tones, like stuff that I would normally use, like if I have these 2 on or these 3 on or whatever it is, programmed into these and then to here. And these I just add on to there. Now, I did receive a special email of praise, along with another special email of praise on my use of not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 delays. And they pointed out that I have 5 different distortions on here as well. Well, that may be true. I'm a basic kind of guy. You'll find a little bit of modular stuff, polytone, tremolo, and so forth. But all my pedals do something very specific and unique that I rely on as far as my tone goes. Keep in mind, folks, that things aren't what they always seem, right? Just because this is right there doesn't mean that that's where it is placed. In reality, my boost is 3rd from last. 3, 2, 1, and out. And if you have ever been to a Mochi Prairie concert, you will know that I use reverse big time. It is a staple, along with Octafuzz. Don't be fooled, folks. This isn't original. There's only 2 knobs, no switch. That's right. This isn't original. When I bought this pedal, the store owner said, "Okay, Mojo, you actually want that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it sounds awesome." Sold it to me for cost on one condition, that you can never, ever, 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 ever bring it back. And I haven't. I love that thing. But it needs to be powered up with something post, because it just gets buried in tone. At least in my tone it does. Sometimes I fire it through here. Sometimes I fire it through here. Never through there. It's too fuzzy. Same thing with this guy. When I want to get that really distorted polytone, jack white, in your face. Yep, 1 and 2, or 1 and 2. Never this guy. This is patterned off of the old tone benders, I believe. And that could definitely get buried. So that's why I bought that in Nashville, Tennessee. After a studio thing, I needed it. Post this, bang, out. Reverse, well, that's just kind of its own. This is Big Boy Delay. Super Big Boy Delay does big boy things. That is a smaller toy that does kind of big boy things, but not like this big boy. That is just flavoring for all of this. And how does it get powered, folks? Say hello to my little friends. CP08. I know, don't give up my day job. Now, these are made by Kaline, C-A-L-I-N-E. And the model of these are CP08. I believe they retail for $158 on Amazon right now. But get this, there was a problem when I originally ordered this. At the time, now this was 5 years ago, okay? 5 years ago. When I ordered that, there was nothing else really that rivaled the Voodoo Labs power supplies yet, except for I think it was the Walrus, whoever. That was super expensive. And the One Spot had not made their brick yet. So I ordered this Power One, and it didn't arrive. After 3 weeks, I emailed the people in China, and they sent out Power Brick number 2, which arrived before Power Brick number 1 did. And while I was using Power number 2 as my main, Power number 1 arrived. I emailed them, offered to pay for it because I liked how much Power number 2 worked. But then I realized after they said I could keep it, it's not fair to Power number 1 that could have been, the person who turned me on to how good they could be and put number 2. So I put it back where it belonged at Power number 1 and put Power number 2 where it should be because I am weird like that. It's a very spiritual thing for me, right? On a final note, I want to address what I use to mount my pedals. If you notice, I have a laminate wood top. So I use the Scotch 3M tape. Professional, I forget what they call them. They fucking work though. They come in 2 colors, black and transparent. I think I saw a red once, but don't quote me on that. And I have to tell you that they're about $1 a strip. You get 4 of them in a box. Hey, look, it's magic. Here's one right away where I can show you. You get 4 of these strips right there. You see that one right there from here to there. You get 4 of them in here. I paid $3.99 for this. It holds up to 10 pounds. And let me tell you, when I first put these on here, I just thought it would work like regular Velcro. That's why there's so much on here. I had no idea how powerful they are. I only have 3 strips on here. 1, 2, and then the little square here. And that's it. I'm talking like here, little square, and here. And this bastard, I could lift this up, this whole board, by that unit, and it would not come off. Underneath, power supply. I only lost 1 strip out of the, the 80 that are on here, I think, total since I built it. And that was because under here, these power supplies get warm and they heat up the adhesive on the other side. So when I pried this off with the screwdriver, you heard me right, I had to pry it off with the screwdriver to get it to break that snap. I lost 1 strip out of the umpteen that's on here. The biggest thing that I want to share with all the up-and-coming guitar players out there, and even folks that don't have a board but want a board, but they think it's too expensive, I want you to know that my board is, in fact, a budget build. Death or Glory Music Works went out of business. They were a Wisconsin company, and I managed to get this cool, dope, retro board, all relic, looking like it's all cool and shit, complete with that nice white stripe down the middle there. I got this for $60. That's right, 60 I paid for this board. Wonderful board. I've had it ever since. The only thing that I had to do to it was put on these cheap handles I got from Ace Hardware so I could pull it out of the flight case. The flight case costs extra, but you're not going to dump $3,500 worth of pedals on a board and carry it around in a sack. Let's talk about some other numbers. That's under 50, under 100, under 100, a little over 100. That was slightly over 100, but very new and boutique for the year I bought it. This was used for under 100. I got that used for under 100. That was brand new for under 100. 170, that was under 100. That was a little over 2, I believe, 229. This was a gift, but it cost $150. That was from my mother, I believe, before she passed as a birthday gift. I can't remember. It was either after she passed or before, but that was around 2 something at the time. This, well, my brother George made this, and I got the Brother Mojo Friend cost on it, and I love the shit out of this thing. I think even if you paid full pop on this and you paid full pop on all of this, if you did it over 10 years like I did, you can have this as well. And I do want to remind you that the cable system is something all American in itself. This is standard lava cable, L-A-V-A cable, right? You trim off the end, you push it in the thing, you twist it. Once it's tight, you put that back part on here, and then you fold it down and put that on there, and then you get those. Exactly like that. And there's a better example right there. It flawlessly has worked for me. They've come down on price. I have seen 10 packs of the ends, which is basically 5 cables and 10 feet of wire, for around $80. What I did is I bought the bigger packs and the extra wire, so I would have it, the ends and so forth, to wire it all up. Once I know that this is the configuration I'm going to use, I will redo all this wiring and clean it up so it's not so in here. It'll be moved around. I need extra cable to do that, and I just didn't want to burn up what I had until I knew what I needed. I'm not 100% for certain, but I believe that what we're dealing with here is good old-fashioned military technology. See, the guy who owns Lava, the company, he's a Green Beret, I believe, former Green Beret, retired now or something like that. And when he came back, he opened up this company. And I'm guessing that if I was to do some Green Beret type shit out in the field, doing some Green Bay electronic voodoo type shit on bad people, I would be making something like that using the same type of utilities. I don't know. You'll have to ask Mark. His name is Mark Stoddard. Real American hero. Served his country, got out and started a business that helps some of the poorest people around, musicians. And I got to tell you, they work. And every once in a while, I'll make a joke that, it is military wiring stuff. And I'll be like, yeah, we'll help you make a bomb. And it'll last you. So thanks for hanging out with me once again. I hope you all have a really awesome day.